So today we're going to talk about mantles, fireplace mantles for Christmas. So 4 easy things that you probably already have on hand to create a fireplace mantle vignette. So the first thing that you're going to need is, if you do not have a TV above your fireplace, is some kind of either artwork or mirror. And I prefer a mirror because to me that just sets the tone for the whole display. It's a great backdrop for your vignette. And it also, you can add other things in, and it's not competing like a large piece of artwork would compete with all the other things that you're putting on the fireplace. So of course I like gold and I like ornate. So I had a vintage one that I brought out not too long ago and swapped out for the great big one that I had above the fireplace. And I am liking that. So that would be your first layer, is put either a picture or a mirror above your fireplace if you do not have a TV. Now, the next thing would be artwork. Now, you can use any type of 8x10 picture that you want to look at. Is it a landscape? Is it a floral? Is it an abstract? Is it a photo? Whatever you want to place, leaning up against that mirror just kind of pulls in the look. And in my case, I'm using a vintage winter oil painting to set the tone for that Christmas winter feel. Next, of course, is going to be your greenery. And when I'm talking about greenery, I'm talking not about only the greens you're putting on the mantle, but also wreaths that you may want to use, pine cones, pods, anything that you want to decorate with that's going to bring in that outdoors and give you that greenery feel. So in my case, I took some faux swags. Now, a lot of times these come really long, and this one was it was like that also. It came like in a 5 or 6 foot section. What I have found, especially on my mantle, if I lay this on the mantle in that long piece, it just slides right off. And I know that one of the styles is having it very draping down, way down here on each side, all the way to the floor to give it that full look. Well, that just doesn't work for practicality with cats. If I have this draping off the fireplace, guess what? It's going to end up on the floor. So we are not going to drape these down. And I've never been a fan of that look anyway, but it's all preference. In my case, the easiest thing was to take wire cutters and cut this down in sections so that I can put it throughout the mantle and not have it completely draped, because I wanted some clear space. I didn't want it for one reason, I have the oil painting leaning up against the mirror, and if I had this hard stem here, it wouldn't lay properly. And so then I risked that it would fall off. And I don't have anything attaching it to the mirror. I don't have any sticky stuff or command or anything like that. And it works fine. It stays up there. But again, I have it on the flat surface. I don't have it setting on anything, any leaves. So this would be your first thing then, if you want to cut these down, and then you're going to tuck them in. So what I did was I tucked one in here at the end. Then I've tucked in some other greenery, and that's really important too, that you don't just use one type. So I have a little swag here that has different texture with little red berries on it. I have a different little pick here that's more of that spruce type evergreen that's tied in with this. I've added more berries that are just on little picks that I have just tucked in throughout and then of course pine cones. And these you can order online, you can go to your store and pick up pine cones at your big box store, or maybe you have some in your yard or a friend's yard that you can pick up some pine cones to use. So we're just laying those out. We're also taking candlesticks. I have brass candlesticks that I've thrifted over time that are all mismatched. And with brass though, you can do that and they look good. So we've got 3 different types of candlesticks that I'm using that'll give the layered look. I like the LED battery type candles. They give that realistic look. They're on a remote control. They're on a timer also, and I don't have to worry about an open flame. I don't have to worry about candle wax all over the mantle. So these are just really handy, and they come in all colors too if you like something like this. I bought mine on Amazon, and I can put the link down in the description for you, but I just find them to be handy. without having to worry about wax. Another thing to give us some more mood lighting, I took a strand of LED Christmas lights with battery that are also on a timer, and I interspersed those in the greenery. Batteries, super easy. The other thing would be decor. Now this could be whatever type of setting you are creating, vignette. It could be little Christmas balls, it could be little figurines, it could be whatever you want to add, or you could downscale it and not do as much. Since my oil painting is like a barn scene out in the country, I had these little brass deer, a second set of them I showed you when in the office makeover that I did, and they just tie in nicely. So that was all things that I had on hand. I didn't have to go out and buy anything. It was year after year of my Christmas boxes. I went through my Christmas boxes and put together this look in a few minutes just to give it kind of that winter feel. Now this look, like I said, looks Christmassy and festive, but I could carry this throughout the whole winter season. So after Christmas, I probably would take the wreath down and put just a regular wreath up there that size without the berries, without the red ribbon. That would look nice. Maybe take the red berries out, but I could leave the greenery, I could leave the pine cones because those are just winter items. And then of course the winter picture. So like I said, this is something that will transition from Christmas through winter. If I want to leave that, I could easily swap that out for a different picture. Maybe after Christmas, I decide I want to do a floral picture and do a floral picture up there instead, and then take the greenery out and change it up. So it's constantly evolving. I like to change that up. It's a really quick thing to do. And a lot of times you already have the stuff on hand. So the possibilities are endless, but I say shop your home first, shop your existing Christmas stuff, see what you have that you can pull together, and then if you need to add more, go add more. Okay, so the next thing we want to talk about is vignettes in your kitchen on your counter. So can you find a space on your counter that would work for a beautiful Christmas vignette? Now you only need 4 or 5 things, and you can shop your home first and then go shopping or thrifting to find other things you want to add in if you don't already have enough on hand. First, you want some lighting. So this cute little lamp here I have tucked in the corner. Now they make plenty of new rechargeable ones, so you can find those online, you can shop at the store. So if you do not have access to a plug-in or don't want to mess with a plug-in, you can get a chargeable one. In this case, this is a plugged in one. So what I did was I ran the cord behind my little vignette, and it is right here, and we are disguising it with the cutting board. So cutting boards come in beautiful seasonal shapes, or you can just get regular cutting boards too. And it sets up nicely so I can use it to conceal that plug-in, and then easily move that when I need to access the plug-in. So another thing, you can get a stack of cookbooks. Maybe you have some cookbooks, some Christmas cookbooks with some recipes that you want to put out on your counter, or maybe some just pretty linen books that tie in with the color scheme you're using. That is what I opted to do. I have a red and black vintage book that I had on hand that looks very Christmassy. I just laid it down, and we're just creating scale and depth here. So here we're doing the book with the cute little bird picture that has the winter scene with the greenery and the red berries, and we're tying that theme in with our look. So just adding a piece of faux greenery on top of the book in front of the picture. And then this picture, actually I put greenery in it all season long, all year long. It just has faux greenery. And now at Christmas time, I put in little pine cone picks, berry picks, greenery, more evergreen type picks in it, just to fill it in and tie in with my colors. Now, not much here, but if you are like me and have that open concept dining, living, kitchen area, it makes a big difference when you're in another room and you look at this versus, say, like your blender or your air fryer or something like that that you don't really want to look at. And this would be better to have to look at. It's just some beautiful decor. So you can get the look with books, with artwork, with lighting, with whatever you want. You could put a pretty candle on your counter and have candle lighting too if you don't want to do a lamp. The options are endless. So I hope that gave you some ideas for decorating. Shop your home, and then if you need to fill in, you can always go shopping and add more. And this is easily movable. So if I need this counter space right away, I can pick up these few items and move them out of the way. I could slide them all over to this wall to move them out of the way. So you don't want a bunch that's going to be, you know, in your way, that if you're actually cooking would be a pain to have to move. In this case, if you just add a few little things, works out fine, and you can trade them out and add different things throughout the year to pull in either the season or just the different moods that you want to do. So probably after Christmas, I'll take this down and then put maybe a floral picture or something else, add some other things. Just get creative with it, have a lot of fun, and make it a beautiful space that you want to be in. Friends, I've been working on my Christmas decorating here in the living room. And if you caught my post this week, you know that with the cats, my Christmas tree is a little lopsided because we are having issues with Winston wanting to climb the trees. But my new things today are, I got some new curtains. I have been on a hunt for curtains here in the living room. I have ordered so many pairs and tried them out and sent them back because I didn't like them. And I finally found some that I really like. So let me show you. Okay, so I ordered these on Amazon and they're called Two Drapes. And so they are linen, and you can see I put them up on the left side, and then my old ones are on the right side. So I wanted you to have a comparison. So if you are looking for drapes and you are wanting that pinch pleated look without doing all the hooks on the back side, make sure that you get some that are already sewn. And these are called pinch pleated memory trained. So they've already ironed them. And these came in other colors, but I'm really liking them, so I am going to switch out the other side. Now I opted to do 2 panels on each side to give it a fuller look. So now you can see when I pull these out, they're completely flat because they're not actually sewed to give that pleat look. So if you actually want to pull them closed at night, then the next day you need to come back in when you open them and kind of fluff it. Well, over when I hang up these, I'll show you the difference. Now this does come with the hooks that you can use on the back if you want to do that. It also comes with rings, which I don't want to use either the hooks or the rings. So I'm going to show you a close-up of what these look like. So they are pinch pleated, but they are already sewn like this. And then on the back, they have the back tabs where the rods just slide through, but they still look, when they open up, pinch pleated. But I just think they're a really nice quality, and I like how they look for a fraction of the custom price.